What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're talking blue fragrances. I just realized I didn't update my annual best blue fragrances for the year. So I figured we'd talk about 20 that I think are just great for this year. Now, let's keep it simple on what we're going to talk about as a blue fragrance here. High level wearability, versatility, and mass appeal. Crowd play, it doesn't have to be aquatic. You know, not all blue fragrances are created equal, is the best way to look at this. Some of these are new releases for this year. There's a few of them that are, you know, kind of classic in many ways, but a lot of new stuff here. So hence the reason it was time to revamp it. But let's talk about 20 of the best blue fragrances for 2024. Stay tuned. Starting with a new release that keeps getting more and more love as time goes on. This is Ralph Lauren's Polo 67. So this is a very fruity, fresh, woody, slightly earthy interpretation of basically a modern blue. It's good stuff. So you have a little bit of a slight violet leaf feel. I don't even remember if that's in there. It smells like there's a little bit with some pineapple fruitiness, a little bit of citrus. And there's a pretty strong vetiver component here that gives it a nice woody feel, a light earthy tone, nothing real dirty or anything like that. Just a great versatile everyday wear, kind of in that average performance range that you can just pick up and go, and you're going to smell good. And it's Ralph Lauren's Polo 67. This next one, we have our first aquatic on the list. It is a new release, and I'm a huge fan of it. Dare I say it's my second favorite in the line. It is Acqua di Gio's Profondo Parfum. I call it kind of an amber aquatic because it's warm and ambery, very saltwater marine. You lose the green notes as well as the mineral notes from the original, which some people seem to not be happy about, and others enjoy it because it is a smoother, richer fragrance overall. I'm one of those people. Has great longevity. It's not super loud and obnoxious. It's pretty well-rounded for being aquatic, if we're being totally honest with people here. This is, I mean, more people should really try this one. It's kind of underappreciated for a new release. It's Profondo Parfum in the Acqua di Gio line. In my opinion, Mount Rushmore type of blue fragrance here. If you like warm, woody fragrances with high-level mass appeal, you will probably like Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Warm and woodsy, sandalwood, iso-y super, a lot of it. Cashmere wood, these smooth, softer woods that has this warm, rich feel. There's a little bit of citrus at the top. It's almost like a resinous type of woody feel. God, that's so good. Great longevity, not a loud fragrance. The professional's blue fragrance is kind of how I've always looked at this one. This goes well with a suit and tie on down to a t-shirt. You can literally do everything with it. It's got class and elegance to it with that mass appeal mixing right into it. It is so good. It is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Not that easy to find for being a 2024 release, but I do like this fragrance. It does a really good job at being versatile. It's kind of spiced white pepper note. Ambergris gives it a little bit of a musky, aquatic feel without being really all that watery. And the vanilla is not overdone, and it's a little powdery. It is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Lover. Now, let me say this first and foremost. Get over the name. Who cares? The fragrance smells really good. I'm actually going to give myself a little spritz on the hand. This will be the first one and hopefully the only one I get compelled to spray on skin because I don't want to just be coated in a variety of fragrances. Oh, but it's been a little bit since I've smelled it. It has a sweetness. It's got a powdery nature to it without being some powder bomb. Again, that slight musky, somewhat kind of ozonic-like kind of aquatic feel to this synthetic ambergris. The pepper is just right to give it a tone of spice. Super versatile, above average performance. It just smells really good. If you get an opportunity to try this one, I strongly suggest you do so. Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Lover. Now we have our first niche fragrance on the list. It's not crazy expensive. A little over $100 will get you a bottle. It's a familiar DNA as well. It's Arabian Oud's Arabian Night Silver. So with Arabian Night Silver, it kind of falls in the family of a Rocha Sloan, a Dolce & Gabbana K, a Coach Open Road, but the ultimate version of these fragrances, because it's a higher level of quality. Performance and longevity overall are great on this one. It has this nice juniper geranium kind of aromatic, sweet floral kind of thing going. Very fresh, inviting, a little fruity, nice and woodsy, a clean musky feel. Not too sweet, not too powdery, not too much anything. It's just a really great, well-rounded fragrance that you can just grab and go and wear for anything, and you're going to have a quality smell with great performance that people around you are going to be able to enjoy when they smell you. And that's Arabian Oud's Arabian Night Silver. New release for 2024, I call it the Highlight Reel fragrance because it kind of encompasses everything in the line. It is Rabanne's Invictus Parfum. So take all of them. Take a lot of Invictus Legend, a little bit of Invictus Acqua, some Invictus Intense, a little bit of the sweetness from Victory Elixir, and so on. You get some of the green facets of Invictus Platinum, and then throw a dark soap accord in, and you have this mass appealing beauty with great longevity, but not overwhelming. My buddy Dedrick, last time I did a live stream with him, let me know it's his all-time most complimented fragrance in a single day. The man got 12 compliments at work from 12 different people with this fragrance a week ago at the recording of this. I'm not saying you'll get 12 compliments in one day, but it's noteworthy because that's pretty damn impressive. It smells good. High-level mass appeal. That's the whole moral of this story. Crowd-pleasing, highly likable, high compliment factor, and just enjoyable for you as the wearer. That pretty much sums up what you're going to get here with Invictus Parfum. We got another niche fragrance that I guess I've been told many times I'm kind of guilty of why it's hard to find. You know, I don't want to sit here and act like one person can do that. It's not like I have millions and millions of followers with ridiculous influence. That's just not reality. But I do show this a lot of love. And if, I guess, me showing something a lot of love is considered hype, then call me the hype king on French Riviera from Mancera. Because it is that good, guys. It's not remarkably unique. It's not reinventing the wheel on a great fresh fragrance, but it's aquatic. It's a little soft and floral, powdery, creamy, musky, citruses, fruity. It's breezy. It's a very laid-back vibe. It's great performer. Man, this is so good. When you can find it from discounters, it's a little over $100 for a 4-ounce bottle. You don't need tons of sprays. This is such a casual, laid-back, chill day kind of vibe. Such a great aquatic. One of the best, honestly. It's one of my favorite from Mancera. It's one of my favorite fresher fragrances. It's top 10 in my entire collection of multiple thousand bottles at this point. That's how much I love this one. If you get an opportunity to try this, I don't think I could encourage you more on trying a fragrance than trying Mancera's French Riviera. One I was late to the game on. It kind of smells like two different fragrances plus plum to me. It smells like a little bit of Invictus Platinum. It smells like a good bit of Coach for Men with some plum. It's Bad Boy Cobalt from Carolina Herrera. Pretty much my favorite Carolina Herrera fragrance. It is very much a blue. I'm trying not to spray everything on me here, but here we go. Fragrance number 2. I can't talk about it and not smell it. This is not ranked because this would be ranked so much higher. They are in no particular order, guys. Well, the last two are because they're the only two fragrances I've ever given a 10 out of 10 rating to. Some of you know exactly what those two fragrances are. Yes, I did save my two favorites for last. So good. Plum sweet, musky, spicy, very synthetic, but very fresh at the same time. It dries and it loses some sweetness as it dries down and becomes very fresh, woodsy, and musky. It's so easy to like, as long as you don't mind synthetic. I get great longevity out of it. A lot of people that say it's very weak for them, I truly believe they're experiencing a lot of nose fatigue because it is highly synthetic. I can see this overloading in a lot of people's noses. Fortunately for me, it doesn't do a whole lot of that to me. Some fragrances do it more so than others. We all go through it, but man, such a great crowd pleaser, high compliment factor type of stuff in my experience. It's Bad Boy Cobalt from Carolina Herrera. In my opinion, the best smelling light blue flanker. It is Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Italian Love. I just wore this one last week. It came out 2 years ago. It's been 2 years since this came out. And it's popping up more and more in the $75, $80 range. I think FragranceNet had it for $76 the other day. I'm not sure if it's in stock at Fragrance Buy right now. So good. Rindy citrus, grapefruit, bergamot, very saltwater marine, and then you have a nice earthy patchouli facet to this one. Above average performance. I actually get really good performance out of this one. It smells just so good to me. Everybody's going to feel different with what's their favorite light blue flanker, but for me, this is the best smelling one that's not the original. Light Blue Italian Love. With all the great versions of Y out there, the best one to me still is Y Le Parfum. You get a lot of what's great about the whole line. You get the bright aldehydes of the eau de toilette, fizzy aldehydic grapefruit, sweet fruity, without being too sweet like the eau de parfum, where it's just loads of green apple. You get this nice, fresh, spicy, gingery facet. It's musky, it's a little creamy. This is a great performer. It's pretty smooth compared to all the rest of them. It really is the best of the bunch. I don't think they'll ever put out a better version that's true to the original's DNA. Really smells like a parfum version of the original profile. Great performance. You can do pretty much everything with it. It's really good stuff. It's Yves Saint Laurent's Y Le Parfum. Now with this one, it's kind of like a minty aquatic herbapora. So there's a lot of fragrances out there that smell like that fruit bomb that is herbapora. But here you get a nice green mint leaf type of feel with some freshwater aquatic notes. It's from Montale. This is Herbal Aquatica. This is one of their best fragrances as far as fresh stuff, in my opinion. You get the fruits, you get mint, you get aquatics, you get clean musk, soft woods. It's a great performer. Man, is this a great performer. More people need to try this one. I would take this over Herbapora 10 out of 10 times. I think it's far superior to it. So if you're a fan of Xerjoff's Herbapora or other things that smell like it, you owe it to yourself to try this one because it is that good. It's Montale's Herbal Aquatica. My personal favorite from Lacoste, I do deem it to be kind of a soft leather aquatic, blue-ish type of fragrance. You get a lot of orange. It's very watery, a little floral. Like I said, a nice hit of some soft leather. It is Lacoste L1212 Blanc Eau Intense, or Lacoste White Eau Intense. This is my personal favorite. The color doesn't have to be blue for it to fall into the blue category, guys. Doesn't work that way. This is so good, though. Again, it's my favorite Lacoste fragrance. Don't get me wrong, you can get away with all of the Lacoste white fragrances are good, with the EDP kind of being probably the bluest of the bunch, honestly, because there's a little bit of YEDT, a little bit of Coach Blue, plus the original. Like, that's honestly a little bit bluer than this, the traditional sense of blue, but this is just so enjoyable. I just think it's a far superior scent profile, but again, above average performance. I think it's super well rounded, and this works in many more situations than something like its Eau de Parfum flanker. Again, that's Lacoste L1212 Blanc Eau Intense. Now, I had to feature the clone because I haven't smelled the original. I've had people tell me it's pretty spot on, just lower quality to the original. We're talking about Le Labo's Another 13. This is Paris Corner's Soothing Zephyr. Man, have I fallen head over heels in love with this. Fresh, fruity pear without being sweet. The ambroxan here, it's clearly a molecule-dominant fragrance, but it smells more like amber wood than heavy ambroxan to me. It's got a heavy, warm, ambery, musky, woodsy facet to it, while still being super fresh at the same time. It's interesting the way it comes across. I don't know if it's the ambroxan and the pear, or just a heavy dose of the pear making it fresh on an overall warm and woodsy profile. Super versatile, everyday masculine, modern synthetic molecule fragrance. You will go nose blind to this one. Again, it's a heavy molecule fragrance, but man, the scent cloud on this one, when you can smell it, is great, but others around you are going to enjoy the aroma. This is a beautiful fragrance. I really need to get my nose on the original because to me the clone is that good. It's Paris Corner's Soothing Zephyr, a clone of Le Labo's Another 13. So this is a fun one. Fruity, tropical, metallic, shower gel-like type of fragrance. Traditional scents blue, modern traditional blue. Modern traditional, how you like that? Very much a modern take, but very fruity and tropical. It is Gisada's Ambassador. This fragrance is so freaking good. Try this fragrance. Do yourself the favor. Great performer. The lavender here comes across a bit metallic without being super soapy. Again, tropical and fruity. Sharp. Very appealing. Musky. Even a little aquatic because it's got the shower gel feel, but great performer, high compliment factor. My wife's a big fan of this one. I can't say enough good things. If I had to pick just one from Gisada, the versatility's here, so naturally I'm going to go with the highly versatile option pretty much every time. So I would encourage it. Check it out if you haven't yet. Gisada Ambassador. Now this is probably, it is, in my opinion, it is the best rack store find you can get this year. You can find it anywhere from, I've seen people telling me $17.99 a lot lately, up to $25. This is Tommy Hilfiger's Tommy Vibrant Summer. This is a fresh coconut water, citrus green, musky type of fragrance. It's not too tropical to the point to where I wouldn't consider it a light blue, because it does have this oceanic watery feel, but it's a very beachy, summery type of fragrance, hence Vibrant Summer. I think this is the best summer flanker they've ever done in the Tommy line from Tommy Hilfiger. This is one of those rare fragrances that I'm like, just blind buy the damn thing if you see it. Take the shot. There's going to be some risk involved, but man, you especially 18 bucks, you find this one. I believe it's 125 ml, 100 ml. You find this for 18 bucks. Take a shot. Just take a shot if it interests you. Again, coconut water, not really a sunscreen smell. Not so much Le Beau, like people want to tie it to Le Beau, but a little bit. I understand the comparisons where that's actually a more synthetic fragrance, believe it or not, than this one is, and it's a straight up cheapy gem. It's Tommy Vibrant Summer. One that I want to get back in my rotation. When I was thinking about what deserves to be here, this deserves to be here, and I haven't been wearing it this year. That's about to change. I'm getting it in my rotation this week. Julietter Has a Gun Ego Stratis. This is a blueberry aquatic. Strong blueberry note, very oceanic, clean and musky. This is so freaking good. This is one of their best masculine releases in this line that just gets no love. So good. A bit of Embroxin. Again, has some molecules in it. Very modern, enjoyable, mass appealing, crowd pleaser. An aquatic that I think you can wear pretty much year round if you really want to. This is some good stuff. Above average performer. And again, blueberry aquatic. How often you come across something like that? Julietter Has a Gun Ego Stratis. One of my favorite affordable designer pickups I've grabbed this year. I was late to the game. It's got this Himalayan poppy. Gives it this kind of odd floral note. It's a little green, fresh, citrusy, musky, woodsy. John Varvatos XX Indigo. I'm such a fan of this fragrance. Paid a little over $30 for this 4.2 ounce tester. It was like 34, 36, something like that. It kind of reminds me of Dylan Blue, but it's still not Dylan Blue. But when it comes to mass appealing stuff from the house, which is most of their fragrances, I think the level of versatility with this one kind of trumps most of their fragrances outside of something like maybe Artisan Pure, which is high level versatility. This stuff is really, really good. And for the money, it's really hard to beat. Such an affordable blue. It's not just blue because it's got a blue bottle. It checks all the boxes of what we talked about in the intro of this video. You see this one out, you're adding stuff to the cart and you're looking for a great cheap blue, check out John Varvatos XX Indigo. Now this one from Sphinx is a new release from them that really surprised me because it dries down into an ambergris that very much gives me an aquatic smell. Like very aquatic in the deep dry down. I was surprised greatly. It is Cairo Nights from Sphinx. So this opens up bright, sweet, powdery, floral, vanilla. So good in the opening. But as it dries, you lose some of that sweetness, you lose the powdery note, and you get left with a strong aquatic musk ambergris smell. Like very, very much. I still can't believe how aquatic, because there are no aquatic notes listed, but there is ambergris. And this ambergris is definitely doing the job and doing the job well. Great longevity, strong performance out the gate. I highly encourage trying this one. They got loads of good stuff from the house, but this is one of their better new releases in the last several. I just can't stop smelling it. It smells so good. Yes, strongly encourage getting a sample of this one. It's Sphinx Fragrances, Cairo Nights. Now we're down to the last two. These are both 10 out of 10 fragrances for me personally. You may not feel this way. This is just, they are perfect for me. 10 is the perfect fragrance if it's a 10 out of 10. And I've only given two. It is these two. This is just, it's like they were made for me. The first one being Roja Parfums Isola Bleu. I hold it in such high regard. So citruses, sweet fruits and citruses, fresh greens, a touch of coconut, a little hint of tropical, very blue, oceanic without being some monster aquatic, musky, woodsy, great longevity, not obnoxiously strong, but very present, lingers in the air. Maximum versatility. I mean, maximum versatility here. Quality is top notch. I'm just such a huge fan of this one and its previous versions. Oligarch Parfum, Oligarch EDP. Phenomenal in their own right. This is like a slightly less intense Oligarch Parfum. It's not as dense, but the formula is pretty much spot on here. Now that I got it out, I can't stop smelling it. Just, again, maximum versatility, high level likability, wearability, easy to get compliments with if you're around a crowd. I mean, just magnificence. It's expensive. It's one of, if not it's the most expensive fragrance in this video. So sample, but warning, you're probably going to want a bottle. Roja Parfums Isola Bleu. Last but not least, the other 10 out of 10, my most worn fragrance this year, my favorite fragrance release this year, my favorite fragrance in my collection as of the recording of this video. And it's not even close, because again, it's like it was made for me. You may not feel this way, but Zaharoff's signature Seraphim Blue, this is my jam. This dent is from about 9 weeks of owning the bottle. I wear it all the time. Wintergreen, minty, fresh, eucalyptus, cypress, crisp apple without having a lot of apple, like the crisp of the apple without the heavy fruity apple smell. Some people report they get a lot of coconut. I get a little bit of creaminess that's not heavy coconut. Soft and powdery iris, saltwater, breezy type of stuff from the sea notes and the red seaweed that's here. You get this oceanic, breezy, aquatic type of feel. Not knee deep in the ocean, but mist out in the air to where it's not overly aquatic. Clean and musky, lightly sweet. Lasts a long time, but not a loud, obnoxious fragrance. I call it a light blue with longevity. It's like it was built for me. I'm such a fan. I literally wore it 2 days ago and the night before that. I wear it all the time. Sample. You can get a sample for $7 before. The link will save you another 10%. That's linked down below. I love this fragrance. I did save my 2 favorites for last. Again, they're 10 out of 10 for me. They might be 7 out of 10 for you. They might be 2 out of 10 for you. They might be 11 out of 10 for you. Who knows? Be your own judge. But for me, my favorite fragrance, Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. Well, that's the 20, what I believe to be best blues that you can rock in 2024. A variety of quality, profiles, all high-level wearability, versatility, and mass appeal like we talked about in the intro. I'll try to link everything down below as best I can, but some really good options here in my opinion. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good one.